environmentally or eco-related. Alright, we had people who plant trees, they did not know what they were doing. I really hope the trees are still there. It has been 6-7 months now. The most popular one, of course, is collecting of used materials for recycling. In fact, we went around housing areas to collect, all these items, and we involved celebrities at the same time. We actually joined forces with Malaysian celebrities Go Green MCG Square. Maybe if you are environmental chairpersons, if you have a few clubs, give them a theme. And when you give them a theme, they work on it, talk about it. You have pins, have 3-level or 5-level pins. If you achieve this, you get this pin. If you achieve that, you get another pin. So everyone gets to talk about this whole program as a whole. Even though they're small projects, when they are combined and viewed as a district level or a multiple district level, it becomes huge and is present. Alright? Next is the Eco Parade. Now the Eco Parade, what we did was, we had our Leos and Lions using all recycled materials, like cardboard boxes, aluminium cans, plastic bags and all that stuff. And they actually made an attire. Alright, as you can see here down on the bottom left, those are our 3 colors in Malaysia for recycling bins. They actually wore that, and top, they actually carried some messages, the top left, on their vest made of cardboards. Alright, and we had about 400 over Leos and Lions, together with our district governors and all that, cabinet officers, march around the island of Penang. If you've heard of Penang, Penang is a tourist spot in Malaysia. We actually got the attention of the Star newspaper. We actually got centerfold and also the cover for this project. And by having that, we reach out to the Penang Islanders. So whatever we have done, we may have reached out to 200 people who might stop using plastic, who might think about recycling, who might think about not using so much hazardous materials for the environment. The work here is not just amongst Leos and Lions. What we have done with all this map theme and all that is to reach out to the public, so that the public will help us, alright, to spread out even further. Alright? As you see, we even have very strong branding with our Malaysian flag, that's the Penang Times Square, and the Leo flag. So we created a strong brand even that day, not just about the environment. We also reached out to the people to tell people that, hey, the Leos are here in Penang, and everyone in Malaysia actually sent their contingents over. Hence, we had 400 people marching along the streets on that particular Sunday morning. Alright? And some of the article write-ups on our project. You can see the girl to the right. She spent almost about a day in designing her dress. She looks like Lady Gaga. Yeah, actually the reporter actually quoted her on that. It's all the what do you call this? Plastic mineral water cups. Yeah. So every single one, she punches a hole, put a track through it, and then somehow, yep, the Lady Gaga of Malaysia came about. So yeah, there you go. Anyways, yeah, in December, we had a MAP camp, making a difference. In this camp, it was a 3-day, 2-night camp. We had about 250 over Leos and youths who gathered together in Cameron Highlands. All their meals, there were 8 meals for 250 students. And we avoided the usage of polystyrene, we avoided plastic spoon, we avoided plastic forks, chopsticks, everything. Everything is recyclable. Alright, and we actually forced them to bring their own utensils and their cutleries. They did not really realize it, they were complaining. Kids, they were complaining for the sake of complaining. I'm sure you agree with me. I only have a 2-year-old, I already know that. So anyways, we tell them that, and they were complaining even on Facebook, on blogs. They say, what is this? Why are we bringing our own cutleries? I mean, that cheap, But at the closing ceremony, we actually announced to them, for 8 meals throughout that camp, we have avoided the usage of almost 1,600 over polystyrene boxes. And that stopped them for a few seconds. and for them to think that they actually have made a difference. Hence, going back to the whole MAD journey again. So, teaching them and educating them at the same time what this MAD journey is all about. It's not just about talking. Have you heard about that MAD journey or seen the video on YouTube, the starfish story? If you have not, you can just Google it or just YouTube it. There are a lot of versions. There's this guy who was running or jogging along the beach, and there were a lot of starfish ashore. And there was this kid trying to pick up the starfish and throwing back to the sea. And the man actually asked the kid, like, what are you doing? She said, I'm throwing back the starfish into the sea, into the ocean. And he said, there's so many of them. What difference does that make? And her answer was, it makes a difference for this one. And she threw that back. It's the little things in life that we do. What we are doing here is we are not asking everyone to stop driving, stop flying. Oh my gosh, what will we do if we stop flying or stop, taking the bus, walk to work every day, 30 kilometers or 40 miles. That's not going to be possible. We are not asking everyone to be extremists. We are not teaching the younger one to be activists, eco-activists. I mean, if they really want to take that to their passionate level, by all means. But what we're trying to do is, if every single one of us, alright, takes small baby steps, it makes a difference. This is what we have taught our kids in District 308E2, and it works. Alright, and we can see what they're doing. And this entire whole camp led to another project which is called the MAD Eco Summit. Now this is something you might want to do if you have Leo clubs or schools in your district or your area. It's again a 2-day, 1-night camp. We actually teach them how to make paper. That's supposed to be Mickey Mouse, but I don't think it is. It looks like a very distorted, mutated mouse. Yeah, made out of paper, recycled newspaper. Actually, we taught them how to do it, and the most important one is we actually had them 14 clubs. We started with 14, all right, in the state of Perak. We encourage all 14 clubs to go green. And when they say they go green, they actually sign a memorandum of understanding. Each club president, they bring their seal along and they sign on the certificate. Now, there are some of the items that they have to do. They have to go green. They cannot use any more polystyrene or tarpaulins or any form of plastic throughout their entire 3 years of this whole journey. And they have to avoid the printing of this big backdrop. Instead, they have to use recycle items for their backdrops. Yes, it's going to take a long time to create their own backdrops for the event, but it's creativity at the end of the day. So they agreed on that, and they avoided no more plastic entirely throughout any of the functions for the 14 clubs for the next 3 years. All right. So yeah, thank you. So all in all, what we have been trying to do is we try to instill the love for the Mother Nature amongst these kids, and it's great to start up with them, especially when they are in their teenage years. We start making a difference from there. All right. And the closing to that event, as you can see, I'm holding a large bag of plastic bags. All these plastic bags, all 500 over of them, all right, were collected over only a period of 2 hours in a shopping mall. And we sponsored about 500 pieces of these bags to these Leos. And they went around the shopping mall. When they see someone using a plastic bag, they ask them, ma'am, can we exchange that plastic bag for free? And as you can see, they even dress up again in aluminium cans. They are like the Gladiator, but don't worry, they are just normal kids. Yeah, well, the key to good presence and awareness is strong branding. As you can see just now, I have badges, and the theme is always there. And throughout the entire fiscal year, it has been mad this, mad that, mad this, mad that. It's non-stop madness. So everyone starts talking about it. And even the lions, even the parents of the kids, start to talk about it because of the newspaper coverage, the TV, the celebrities that we work with and everything. So all in all, such an activity actually gives them a good platform for them to actually be someone, do something for Mother Nature. All right, and for us, again, in order for us to make sure that the people know is strong branding and coordinated effort. One of the very important points is Facebook. With Facebook, I know this word is illegal, spam, but I call spam spreading of perfect awareness campaign for mankind. So it's fine. Spamming is bad. Spamming means you intrude privacy of others. Yes, I know. But to me, I classify that as marketing. And each of my Leo clubs, I have about 40, 50 over Leo clubs that are quite active in my district out of the 80. Each and every one of them has a Facebook account. And each and every one of them are connected to each other. And they're connected to other Lions Club and Leo clubs from Africa, from UK, from the US, from Australia, from everywhere. Alright? And when we post one photo and we start to tag, unfortunately Mark Zuckerberg only allows us to tag 50 people to prevent spamming. That's good enough. To tag 50 people on one Facebook, for example this. This is a newspaper clipping on what we did for Eco Summit. We tagged about, sorry. Alright, well this is what you get for spamming.
Back in Oregon.
Here you go, there you go. Alright. My entire presentation here is again to tell everyone, just to sum up, important point is we need to create a theme where everybody can tag along to and can relate that to throughout the entire fiscal year. Get people to talk about it on Twitter, on Facebook, and get the local celebrities, if you have any, if not the local media, to write about it. Then it makes a difference for everyone. Alright, I'll be here if you want to know how to actually tag people on Facebook and how to spam. I will be more than happy to share. Alright, with that, I thank you a lot for listening, and you guys are laughing, meaning I wasn't talking too fast. Thank you very much.